Hello bros and welcome to SFX 0, Bro 5 Production, and next part, Sakura Succubus 2. I actually already did this a little bit, but I just remembered I actually turned off the mic yesterday when I was doing some adjusting in one of the episodes I did yesterday, so I'm gonna reread what I already read. So I already know a little bit of what's gonna be said, but I didn't get very far, so here we go. Hifumi. My. Hifumi smiles. She doesn't seem all embarrassed about her early utterances, and neither does she seem that surprised to see me. Did she know I was here all along? I started to wonder. Hey Hifumi, were you teasing me? Now, whatever gave you that idea? You are one of my dear fans. I'm very appreciative towards you. I would never dream of making you feel uncomfortable. Or so she says, but her smile doesn't waver. Maybe Cosmos and I were right about her after all. She isn't the demure, elegant lady I thought she was. Right, well, I glanced away from Hifumi awkwardly. It's hard to meet my idol in the eye when she's wearing nothing more than a towel. I should probably go now. I don't want to bother you. Oh no, don't leave. Though we are sharing the same lodgings and prison, I've been so busy attending the shores I haven't had the chance to speak to you all day. That you found me quite by chance, I might add, must be fate's way of saying we ought to not be parted. Would you care to sit with me and dip your feet in the warm water? It should help alleviate the cold of this bleak night. Geez, Hifumi's style of talking is so fancy. She sounds like she comes from a different era. Her Japanese is very refined and polite. I could get swept up in the melodic cadences of her voice. Her offer certainly sounds tempting. I came to the spring so I could relax in the water, but will I really be able to relax with Hifumi by my side? Besides, something about Hifumi's word doesn't sit quite right with me. You said our meeting was by chance. What else could it be, other than by the whims of fate? It's proof that we are simply meant to be together. Yeah, right. Succubus might have inserted themselves into my once ordinary existence, but I still don't believe in fate. It's too vague and unscientific. Didn't you just say that you came into this private hot spring on purpose? Oh, did I? Yes, you did. You know you did. You said you came here on purpose, so that nobody could hear, or, well, you should know when you came here that this wasn't the regular woman's hot spring. You weren't hoping to run into me, were you? Now that is quite the accusation. What would you do if I answered your allegations in the positive? Would you be disappointed in me, Hiroki? Would you think me helplessly wicked? Would you even stop being my fan? What? No, of course not. But you sound so serious. You make me feel as though I've done something wrong. Technically you did something wrong. You trespassed into these private springs which Marina booked for us. But I wouldn't hold it against you, I just want to know the truth. Did you really come here to meet me? My, you're a sharp one, aren't you? Hifumi laughed softly. Yes, that is right. I knew full well that this hot spring was a private one. I am trespassing, I'll admit. But I did so only because I wished to see your face once more. It feels like it's been so long since last we spoke. I missed you. You missed me? Yes, indeed. Now that's hard to parse. I can't imagine the famous actress Yamamoto Hifumi missing me. It's insane that she went out of her way to speak to me. I never thought she'd stop such underhanded methods. She seems like such a well-mannered woman. But maybe Ayu and Cosmos were right about her. She's more devious than she looks. I'm flattered, but why would you miss me? I'm nothing special. Tut. If it wags one finger in my direction. You may admonish me for lying, Hiroki, but that does not give you the carte blanche to do so yourself. What do you mean? I mean that you are not being entirely truthful either. You say you are nothing special, but that is untrue. It's a blatant falsehood. If you were not special, Marina would not have taken such an interest in you, nor customers, nor you. This fact alone has made me very curious about you. My sisters are awfully picky when it comes to men. It's rare that they are all in agreement on anything. I can't believe that. Ayu and customers are always at one another's throats. It often falls upon Marina to act as their educator. They are all Succubus, but in terms of taste and personality, they're quite dissimilar. They all seem to love you, though. Ayu and customers are particularly smitten. That way they fought over your affection the night prior was quite a sight. I was surprised, but also impressed. Happy too. I was pleased for customers. She had always been so awkward, I feared she would never find a suitable partner. Ayu too must be quite difficult. She's bad at admitting her true feelings, and she frightens people away. I've never seen her care for anybody quite so brazenly before. I'm just gonna adjust my feet a little. I felt like a proud big sister. I'm so glad my naughty younger siblings have grown up and discovered what love is. I thought to myself, but it made me want to know more about you too. If Ayu and Cosmos adore you, then you must be special. I had hoped we could speak more so that I might discern just how special you are. I see. I can understand Hifumi's interest, at least, but now I'm beginning to wonder if I disappoint her. I'm not actually gonna give Hifumi a chance. I'm gonna make her fight for it. We already have 3 Succubuses that are at us, and that's gonna be hard enough. So tell Hifumi she shouldn't get her hopes up. Let's see what she says. Well, don't get your hopes up. I'm just an average guy. You and Cosmos only took an interest in me because Marina did. And Marina only likes me because of my smell. Ah yes, your smell. Hifumi's eyes soften. I have not had the pleasure of conversing with you as long as they have, but even I noticed your particular aroma. It came to me on a gust of breeze during our first encounter, and I have been unable to think of little else ever since. You do smell wonderful, Hiroki. You are even more fragrant than a fair lilac. Well, thanks. Since I'm a guy, I'm not used to being compared to flowers. It's not very manly. But I guess I take it. There's something else I'm curious about, though. If you wanted to talk to me so badly, why didn't you just approach me earlier? Wouldn't that be easier than waiting on the hot springs hoping I'd come along? There was no guarantee I would come here tonight. I suppose not, but I thought this my best option. I truly have been busy working at this Ryukan. I have little free time during the days to spare, not that I mind much. I enjoy good honest work, and I particularly like employing my hands. Cooking and cleaning makes me happy. I don't have much time to spare you, intriguing though I find you. Then isn't that all the more reason to speak to me directly? But the directness is far too harsh. I would remove the romance from our encounters. For true understanding to blossom, I must be done by chance, beneath the light of the moon. That is how all love stories start. In movies, maybe. But movies are all I know. I've been an actress for over a decade, and I know how tales between man and woman should unfold. Women who are too forthright and considered unladylike. If I want to maintain my appeal, I cannot afford to chase you down. All my time spent among you humans has taught me that women should be meek, shy, and graceful. I have attempted to cultivate that image as best I can. A lady cannot be seen to look desperate, it simply does not do. So that's why you wanted our meeting to look like an accident. Yes, indeed. I am glad you have grasped it so simply, Hiroki. Hifumi smiles is light and refreshing, but it does a little to ease my headache. What a convoluted way on going about things. I think Hifumi's idea of how women should act is a bit dated. Men might prefer shy, passive flowers in the past, but it's the 21st century now. Girls like Cosmos will post half-naked photos on themselves online all the rage, not to mention bubble idols like Ayu. In the future, could you come to me directly when you want to talk? I'd make things a lot easier. You would prefer that? I fear that would ruin some of my charm. But if that is what you like, I shall do my best. Right, thanks. I'm glad this has been more or less cleared up, but speaking of being meek and shy, you weren't exactly mild when I first stumbled upon you. You practically begged me to ravish you. I did? You know you did. No, that is funny. Hifumi pressed her finger against her lower lip. I'm sorry, but I can't quite recall saying anything of the sort. Sure you can't. He was sighed. Hifumi can't be as modest as it makes out. If she was, she wouldn't be conversing to me by her hot spring, out of all places. This woman is full of contradictions. The true nature might have been harder to grasp than I use. At least I use just to send there. That's a simple trope I can understand. What about Hifumi though? Is she trying to mess me with my head on purpose? Well, whatever. If you really can't remember what you said like 5 seconds ago, which I very much doubt, then I guess let it slide. Oh, are you going to drop this subject just like that? Isn't that what you want? I'd hoped you might probe a little deeper, yes. Something about the word probe makes my face flush. It comes unloaded with a lot of connotations. If I try to appear graceful and dignified, as proper ladies should, but I'm not a normal woman. My father was a Japanese man, but my mother was a succubus. Like the rest of my sisters, I too prey on the ardor of humans. That is what I really am. I act during my movies, yes, but I'm always acting during my day-to-day life among you humans too. My fans want me to be meek, mild, submissive beauty. I do my best to appease them, but it can get stiffening. Sometimes I need to let off steam. Now we are in the mountains. There's nobody else around. It's just me and you. So why don't you answer my expectations? Won't you come into the springs with me? I can warm you up. Hifumi's violet eyes flash like flames. Think of it as a reward for being such a lovely fan of mine. I want you to get to know you better, Hiroki. I want to get to know you like my sisters have. Can I not? Is it no good? Are you not interested? No, that isn't it. That's not it at all. I'm still your fan, Hifumi. I'm a huge fan. I love you. Well, that is a relief. I was beginning to worry. But if you are my fan, why do you hesitate? Won't you come closer? I would love to follow Hifumi, but Iron Cosmos' warning still rings my ears. They said she would make me her slave. Just how true is his statement? Well, actually, if I'm gonna go out of context a little bit, people have actually tried to rule over me. They always fail. Even at workplaces where people try to tell me how to do something, I do it my own way. As long as the way I do it works, I do it that way, even whatever people tells me. So trying to make me a slave is technically very impossible. I mean, I can't say much, but I'm not gonna use two proper words. But if I got like put into a work camp where technically the only way you can serve your time is by working, I would still not work. As long because I'm not letting anyone rule over me like that. I would not work, no matter what. Is Hifumi really dangerous? I don't know. But part of me worries, if I step into the water after her, my life will change for good. It's a stand on the edge of the hot spring, pondering that I hear it. It's a loud, angry cry, and then the slapping of feet. Somebody's coming closer. Why you? Get away from my producer this instant, you harlot! Oh my. Okay, the picture actually zoomed in, so it didn't actually become right, so I'm gonna just wait till it zooms out. Yeah. If we squeeze cutely, her intricate eyes widening as a force of nature descends upon her. Said force of nature comes into form of a young 20-something-year-old woman, resplendent with slender limbs, orange twin tails, and a fearsome scowl. Of course, it's none other than Ayu. I think this is the right size. Actually, I can check that. So let's save there and just head to main menu and just see if this actually is the right size. Yeah, it's the right size. So I'm just gonna load that up and do that. So, Elite, that was all I have for Sakura Succubus 2 this time. As headline subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye!